If happiness is my nature, why do I not live in it? This is the most honest question a human being can ask. How do I become happy? How do I attain peace? What practice should I do? But if happiness is already my nature, why does it feel absent? Ashtavakra does not answer this politely. He answers it surgically. When Ashtavakra says nature, he does not mean personality, mood, emotional state, positive thinking. He means swabhava, that which does not require effort to exist. Your nature is that which was present before your first memory, that which remains during pleasure and pain, that which is unchanged when circumstances change. Your body changes, your mind changes, your emotions rise and fall, yet something in you remains constant. Ashtavakra points to that.
The mind immediately objects. If happiness is my nature, I should feel happy all the time. This objection itself reveals the confusion. Ashtavakra is not speaking of feeling happiness. He is speaking of being happiness. Feelings are movements. Nature is stillness. You don't feel existence, you are existence. In the same way, you don't feel happiness as your nature. You are happiness until the mind interferes. Ashtavakra uses the word achievement very deliberately. To achieve something means you don't have it now, you must move in time, you must improve, you must become someone else. Achievement is based on a hidden assumption, I am incomplete. Ashtavakra's entire teaching is a refusal of this assumption. He says, you are not incomplete, you are not lacking, you are not on the way, you are already whole.
From childhood, we are trained in deferred living. You are told, after exams, you will relax. After marriage, you will be settled. After success, you will be happy. After enlightenment, you will be free. Notice the pattern. Happiness is always postponed. Ashtavakra cuts through this illusion mercilessly. If happiness is postponed, it cannot be your nature. If it is your nature, postponement is impossible. You can postpone a vacation. You cannot postpone being. The mind survives on becoming successful, becoming spiritual, becoming better, becoming free. Ashtavakra says, the desire to become is the denial of what you are. The moment you say, I will be happy when, you have already stepped out of happiness. Not because happiness left you, but because attention left the present. This is where seekers often get confused. Ashtavakra does not equate happiness with pleasure. Pleasure depends on objects, rises and falls, creates craving, leaves residue. Happiness as nature depends on nothing, does not rise or fall, does not crave, leaves no trace. Pleasure happens to you. Happiness is you. That is why pleasure exhausts and happiness does not. This is the most shocking insight of Ashtavakra. He says, in essence, the one who seeks happiness is the obstacle to happiness. Why? Because seeking implies distance. You only seek what you believe is not here. As long as you seek happiness, you affirm it is elsewhere. Ashtavakra does not guide you towards happiness. He guides you away from the seeker.
Ashtavakra repeatedly points to one error: identification with the mind-body. When you say, I am sad, I am anxious, I am disturbed, you are unknowingly saying, I am the mind. Ashtavakra says, you are not the state, you are the witness of the state. Sadness appears, joy appears, peace appears, but you, the one aware, remains untouched. That untouched awareness is happiness, not excitement, not pleasure, but effortless fullness. A seeker asked, "Should I meditate to realize this?" Ashtavakra's response is radical. If you meditate to become happy, you miss it. Why? Because meditation becomes another achievement, silence becomes a goal, awareness becomes effort. Ashtavakra does not oppose meditation, he opposes becoming through meditation. He says, know the truth and rest. Rest is not a practice, rest is cessation of struggle.
This is the key insight. Happiness is not hidden. It was never stolen. It was never lost. Only attention moved. Just like the sun is not destroyed by clouds, your happiness is not destroyed by thoughts. The clouds don't need to be removed. You only need to stop calling them me. Many seekers imagine a final explosion of bliss. Ashtavakra dismantles this fantasy. He says, enlightenment is not a peak experience. It is not emotional ecstasy. It is not constant pleasure. It is the end of the false assumption, I am not whole. When that assumption drops, what remains is simple, ordinary, silent happiness. So ordinary that the mind calls it nothing special.
A seeker trembles. If I stop chasing happiness, won't I become dull? Ashtavakra answers, you confuse aliveness with agitation. When striving drops, life becomes simpler, responses become clearer, joy becomes quieter. Not less, but cleaner. The ego survives on achievement. If happiness is your nature, the ego has no role, no project, no future payoff. That is why the ego says this is too simple. Truth is simple. The ego is complicated.
Ashtavakra does not ask you to withdraw from life. He says, let the body act, let the mind think, let the world happen, but you remain as awareness. Happiness, then, is no longer dependent on success or failure, praise or blame, gain or loss. It becomes background peace. So when Ashtavakra says happiness is your nature, not an achievement, he is saying you are not broken, you are not late, you are not on the way. The search itself is the veil. Stop becoming, stop improving, stop postponing, just see. And what remains, silent, effortless, untouched, is happiness itself.